Okay, this video is going to be reviewing angles, all the stuff that you've done with angles in triangles, angles in parallel lines, interior and exterior angles of polygons, and things like alternate, corresponding, all that kind of stuff. So you need to pause the video after every question and try it, otherwise you're not going to be learning very effectively. This is just going to be a mix of questions, and the answers will appear after every few seconds. So here's question 1, try it. Okay, pause the video if you need more time. You can see it's an isosceles triangle, so this has to be 30 because it's the base angle along with this one, and they have to add up to 180 to make x, plus x will be 180. So in this case, here's your working out, you end up with 120 degrees. I hope you got that correct. Next question, can you work out what x is? Give a reason. Okay, so x is 105 because they are vertically opposite angles, and that means that they're equal. Can you work out what x is here? Here comes the answer. X is alternate with the angle given, and alternate angles are equal. Here's your next question. Work out x here. Okay, here comes the answer. Now we know that your base angles are these two, so that must also be x, and we can make an equation from that. So we can say that if this is x and this is x, well then 2x plus 50 will equal 180, and then we get 65 as one of our x values. Here's your next question. So we can see these are corresponding angles are equal. Here's your next question, can you work out x? So you may have spotted here, this is an equilateral triangle, so they all have to be 60-degree angles, and therefore this one here, which is angles on a line at a point, have to add up to 180, so 180 minus 60 is 120. Can you work out what x is here, giving reasons? Okay, so you can see that these two angles are co-interior, and that means they have to add up to 180. So you're going to do 180 minus 40, and it gives you 440 degrees. Pause the video and work out x. Okay, this is angles around a point. You can see that's going to be 90. You do 360, take away all of the other angles, including the 90, and that gives you 80 degrees. Your reason is angles around a point sum to 360. Here's your next question. Can you work out what x is? Okay, so hopefully you spotted it's just angles in a triangle. So you add them all up. 3x plus 2x plus 90 equals 180. Take away 90 from both sides. You get 5x equals 90, and then you can solve it to get x is 18. Okay, next question. Pause the video and have a go. All right, here is your answer. Now we're looking at exterior angles here, and if you imagine walking around the shape, you go around it all the way until you end up facing in the same direction. So all of these angles have to add up to 360. So we can do 360, take away the angles given, which you can see here, and you end up with 70. The reason is exterior angles of any polygon will always add up to 360. Pause the video and have a go with this. Okay, so the interior angle is 165. That will automatically tell us what the exterior angle is, because we know that interior plus exterior is 180. So the exterior angle turns out to be 15 degrees. And then we can work out how many sides it has by using that knowledge, because we know that exterior angles on a polygon add up to 360, just like in the previous question. So you end up with 24 sides. Okay, what's the total interior angle of a 20-sided polygon? So using the formula here, 180 times n minus 2 or n minus 2 times 180, your n is just going to be 20, and then you can see that adds up to 3,240 degrees. Next question, what's the exterior angle of a 20-sided regular polygon? Okay, so the exterior angles always add up to 360. So you're going to do 360 divided by 20 to give you 18. So only because it's a regular polygon that we can do this. If it wasn't regular, then all the angles might be different. So in this case, it's 18. Pause the video. So in this case, we have, these are corresponding angles. So that will be 114. And we can work out K. And then when you work out K, we can work out L because it's just a triangle. So the answer here would be, in this case, we don't actually need to work out L yet. It's just J that we need. This is a 114. So if you were to work out K, I kind of spoiled that for you, but you can see it's going to end up being 66. And then when you know that 66, you can work out L because it's a triangle. So that gives you 24. Try both of these questions, pause the video, make sure to give full reasons. This is really important. That's where lots of the marks are. And then I'll show you the answers in 3, 2, 1. So these are the answers with reasons. Hope that was useful. More revision on the channel. Just have a look for it on the playlist. I'll see you next time.